Yeah, look, just maybe a bit of a cranky post, but PlayStation raising their prices yet again. I don't know how many price increases that we've had since this generation has begun. Oh, how many years has it been now? Since the PS5 and Xbox Series X has come out? I mean, the Switch 2, okay, that was necessary. That was a necessary upgrade. And I love the Switch 2. And that's fine. If that's as powerful as it gets, okay, fine. That's all it needs to do. But man, the Xbox and PlayStation, come on. You cannot afford those. I'm just saying, like, you and me, like the general people, there's no way you can justify $1,000 for a baseline PS5 and an Xbox Series X. And I'm talking Aussie dollars here, dollary dues, right? Like, if you haven't joined this gaming generation yet, you're not going to now, right? You're just not going to. So I don't know what the big three intend to do about this, right? If they've increased prices and people haven't come on board yet, what do they think is going to happen when they increase the price yet again? Do they think immediately someone goes, you know what? Yes, I could have got it cheaper, but I really like the fact that it's more expensive now. Yes, I'm going to spend 2 weeks rent on this thing now. Thank you. Thank you, PlayStation and Xbox. I really like spending lots of money for something. When particularly most of the games on these consoles you can play on the previous console, right? Or most gaming PCs that are within the last 5 years can play most of these games anyway. They're optimized pretty well. So what incentive is there to upgrade? Really? You know, photorealism is great and all, but it doesn't make a good game. Photorealism does a good game, it make not. Right? So I like that. I like high fidelity stuff. It's great. 4K, 60 FPS, photorealism, like super realistic stuff. It's great and all, and it's good. But to what end? And to what cost? You know? I'm more inclined now to go back and just sit with my backlog. I've got a lot of games I haven't played yet. And that's the other thing. Do they realize that? Games that come out for full price, 80, 90, 100, 110, 150 bucks. Yeah, 150 bucks Australian for some games. Do they realize that most of us, well, I'm going to speak for me, that me, and if there's a lot of you out there like me, just chime in, that we add it to our wish list and we wait for like severe discounts and then buy. Right, I have not paid full price for a game in many years unless it's a Nintendo game, because they never, like a first party Nintendo game, because they never drop their prices. Right, but otherwise I'll go, cool, I want to play that, wish list. And I'll sit there and wait 1, 2, 3 years maybe. You know, until it's like 50%, 60, 70% sometimes. I'm like, yep, now I'll buy that. Right? And so I've got this massive backlog of games, and I know I'm not alone on this one. Right? You all probably have the same situation. So my agency to jump into the next gen in the next 2 or 3 years is severely low. Because, look, I'm a full-time worker, right, and a husband. I don't have a lot of time to, like, sit there and play these games, right, that I wish I would. You know, and I'm busy making Kujibo and Harold books and cartoons and all that kind of stuff. Right, so I'm not in any rush anymore, like for the FOMO, like the game journos out there have to be like the first. Oh, gotta be first, gotta play this game, gotta review this game, need to be part of the zeitgeist, I have to be part of the conversation. Right, like I'm not doing that anymore, so I'm taking my pace. And I'm sure the most people out there are the same, unless they want to feel like part of the conversation and play the game day one. But I can't justify 120 bucks for a brand new game day one anymore. Like, I just can't. And particularly with all this fuel stuff going on, world crises and stuff, world crises going on consecutively, like, come on. You know, remember the days when console prices would actually get cheaper, you know, as they got better at manufacturing and efficiencies? It's the other way now. You know, and I know there's a lot of reasons there for it, but what are you doing to incentivize the players to buy your console? None of these game consoles have system sellers anymore, right? There's nothing out there that you go, I must buy that console for that game. There's just nothing out there for this generation, right? You can buy it on Steam, you can buy it on Xbox, you can buy it on PlayStation. Okay, cool. It's unnecessary. But the games that are out there are just pretty mid anyway, to the point that you go back and play all the games, or games that are released that look retro and it's kind of fresh. Those are more entertaining than these new high fidelity games. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe I'm just disgruntled, but I don't think I'm wrong here. And I'm happy to hear from your opinion as well. And just let me know. Like, I'm happy just to chill, man, and play some like old school stuff through my backlog, some JRPGs I've not spent time on or even touched. I haven't even gotten to Metroid Prime Remastered yet, let alone Metroid Prime 4. And maybe by the time I get to the fourth one, they'll release Metroid Prime 2 and 3. You know? Honestly, you know, and it's just boggles me, mate. And Halo's dead. Like, what's happened to Gears of War 6? I know we've got E-Day coming out. You know, Sony just makes the same game all the time with a different skin and just expects you to buy it. You know, like Last of Us, Uncharted, God of War. You know, these third-person over-the-shoulder action games that have to be super serious and over-dramatic. And it's like, okay, yawn. You know, how many times you have to do that? Anyway, look, it's a super privileged argument and a super privileged thing to be cranky about. But come on. You know, it's just, I read the announcement this morning when I woke up, and I've just been thinking about it. It's like, man, really? Is that where we're at? Anyway, I mean, emulation's the solution. I didn't say that, did I? Oh dear. Right? Anyway, I'm interested to hear what you have to say. Chunned out, peace.